we're keeping this episode as Bond.
Ooh.
I like these Bonds. James Bond.
All right, so I'm going to have you guys pull up the next video. This is a special collaboration between Omega and James Bond. This is the special edition Seamaster for James Bond. It is a titanium watch, which, I mean, come on. That's pretty freaking cool by itself, the fact that it's titanium.
Yeah.
So the whole case is titanium. The bracelet is titanium. It has a 300-meter water depth, which we're going to touch on a little bit too. Has a helium escape valve.
Yeah, James Bond needs
Thing looks hard.
Yeah.
Does it come with the golden gun?
It doesn't come with a golden gun.
Bullshit.
Sorry, bro.
I'll
Yeah.
pass then.
That's fair.
How much is this watch, bro?
$9,200. So $9,200.
It's obtainable.
It's obtainable, yeah. I mean, it is a watch that can be purchased.
Yeah.
Not like most of our watches that we've been talking about lately that are like 30, 40, 20 grand even. This is half the price of that. So we talked about Heineken jumping into the James Bond space at 2012. Omega came into the James Bond space in 1995. Do you guys remember what James Bond movie was in 1995?
Say it again.
Say it again, Kenny. I'm sorry, we lost the audio for a second.
Oh, you were messing with the headphones. That's what it was. I was like,
My
what's this
bad.
guy doing? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay. Do you guys remember what James Bond movie came out in 1995?
Who was James Bond in 1995? Was it Pierce?
It was Pierce.
It was
Attaboy.
Pierce.
Okay.
Good one, Justin.
Hey.
That was it. That's all we got. Is Pierce
all-
Brosnan was James Bond in 1995.
That's my James Bond. When I think of James Bond, I
Purple,
think
Daniel
of Pierce.
Craig. Pierce Brosnan should slap this shit out of you, bro.
Nah, man. Pierce Brosnan is a way better James Bond.
He had the freaking voice,
Fucking
bro.
kidding me?
He had the voice. So
He had the
Daniel
voice.
Craig's a badass. And he's actually from fucking Britain.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Pierce Brosnan, I think, is what? He's
Nah.
Irish? I think he actually is Irish.
Bro, Pierce Brosnan has way more style, elegance, charisma than Daniel Craig does.
Daniel Craig shits on Pierce Brosnan, bro.
Not even close.
Daniel Craig
I mean,
is the man.
maybe, on the
And once
weekends.
they hired Idris Elba,
but-
Idris Elba's gonna shit on Pierce Brosnan too.
So Idris Elba,
so
I would be
down.
down for.
Yeah.
Of
Idris
course,
Elba,
so
he
down.
would be
For
the
that.
best James Bond.
bro, that guy's elegant AF.
By the way,
He is-
fun
He's
the
fact,
man.
me and Idris Elba had the same tattoo artist. Fun fact.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Idris
Never
Elba's a good-looking dude. Like,
dude, he's a badass. I love all his movies. He's a great actor. Bro, he's just a man, bro.
So we were talking about Pierce Brosnan for a second though, and the 1995 movie that came out was GoldenEye, which for me, that's the best James Bond movie that I was part of.
You know what? Casino Royale. I'm sorry.
All I care about is who was the Bond girl in this movie.
That's fair.
That's how I'll remember which one it
Wow,
is.
bro. Does anyone really care about the Bond girl? It's always gonna be some
Justin
older,
does.
I
made
care.
attractive
I care.
girl.
I'm with you, Justin. I'm with you.
I like the one.
Who's
you
the
got
Bond
some
girl?
younger one. Oh, I think it's one of the
Y'all
most
remember
recent ones. She was pretty
Christmas?
hot.
Which one?
Remember
What?
Christmas?
Christmas.
Yeah, one of the girls was named Christmas.
What? In
Yeah.
the movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
I
one of
just
the worst
remember him
things
having
ever.
Christmas in a turkey.
That's a fun fact.
I remember that line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh
I just had Christmas
yes,
at
I
the
know
end
what
of
you're talking
the
about
movie.
now. Yeah,
yeah,
but,
that's
yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean,
good, though.
it's James Bond.
He's the man.
So talking about the watch is this is a special edition Omega Seamaster. Kiko again. This watch is Kiko approved. It is 42 millimeters.
Bro,
Now this is different than a lot of the other watches that we've talked about. This is the first of the master chronometer certified watches. So other ones that we have talked about are superlative or just like chronometer certified. So we talked about those being, the -4, +6 time differentials and stuff like that. So master chronometers are looked at by METAS, METAS. All right, and then the one that we talked about before was COSC, COSC. And METAS certification, in order to achieve METAS certification, one, you have to go through COSC certification. So this is basically getting double tested. With METAS, as opposed to COSC, COSC is -4 to +6 seconds. So that's a 10-second range that you can be within per day. Metas requires a watch to between 0 and 5 seconds. So it cuts that difference down in half.
Oh, wow.
All right. So Metas, again, is the superior certification method. It's checked for anti-magnetism. It's checked for position changes. It also looks at the advertised power reserve. So if you say that your watch is good for 70 hours, Metas checks to see that it's actually good for 70 hours. But what I thought was interesting is also the waterproof capabilities or the water resistance, because they can't actually say waterproof anymore. Because eventually, if you put enough pressure on the watch, it will get water in it. But this Omega Seamaster is 300 meters, which is 1,000 feet. Metas tests 25% higher than that in order to get certified. So theoretically, this watch, this Omega Seamaster, would come in at 1,250 feet or 375 meters.
Wow. That's
Which is a
James
lot.
Bond, baby. I mean, that's crazy.
It is crazy. And
That's deep.
the reason
That's deep.
That's deep.
Yeah, that's real deep, bro. That's balls deep and more.
Oof.
That's like you can't get deeper, bro.
You can't.
Justin can.
You can't get deeper.
Justin can.
Justin will try, bro. He will try
I'll
his
give
heart
it
out.
my best effort.
Yeah,
Justin will be like 110%.
I will.
That's his key line of his life. I'll give you my best effort.
Give my best effort for about 5 minutes, and then that's it.
Bro, that'll be
On
the
a
best
good
5
day.
minutes of their life. It's okay.
Hey,
5 minutes in heaven.
more than 2 pumps. I'm happy.
It's all right, bro.
7-stroke special.
Anything after 5 minutes, honestly, is just exercise.
Yeah.
Wow. There's enjoyment in that, bro.
Hey,
No,
Heineken.
That's the joke, bro.
Oh,
That's the
Heineken.
joke.
Heineken.
Enjoyment.
Yes, let's go. Heineken.
so it's
Great beer.
enjoyment.
Oh, wait. Look at the watch. Omega. This is not an Omega, but Omega.
No, it's not. I have my Omega on. You can't see
Guy
it
with
at
shoes
all.
off, bro. I got like
But
this.
it's-
I got the rollie.
Bro, this
look
is
like
my
another
old ass
bracelet.
Omega.
I have a little.
Hey, my
it's
Omega
a beautiful
Seamaster.
old ass Omega, bro. Don't
No,
sell it
I
short.
love my. It's probably one of my most worn watches. It's
Oh,
my
for real?
for sure my most worn vintage watch.
There you go.
So, a ton of Omega's watches are Metas certified, which is a huge accomplishment and an achievement. And the reason that is because Omega actually has a different movement inside of it than the large majority of the watch industry. And that's really probably more due to their innovation as a company as opposed to anything else. Because everyone else is just complacent where they're at and they don't really care that much. Like they have good watches anyways, so like why be
rock the boat?
innovative?
Yeah.
True that. True that.
But what Omega does and uses is what's called a coaxial movement. So what that achieves essentially, without going too far into the details in depth, because it's very different than a regular watch. But the movement itself, instead of having the hairspring where it hits the pallets and they shift back and forth, they still do that same process, but with a different mechanical mechanism, and it reduces friction is what that does. So the Omega movements have far less friction than all of the other watches.
Yes.
So when they're getting these rigorous, hard tests, that reduction in friction really makes a huge difference. So that's why the large majority people he's reducing
can't take
friction, or you want more friction,
I
bro?
can't take it, bro. I was like gonna try to hold it in, but I feel like you do that on purpose.
No, I didn't. Not this time, at least.
This
A lot of times I
watch
do.
is sexual,
This
bro.
time I did it.
I'm sorry, bro. All right.
You're good. You're
Continue
good.
about
This
the
was the
friction?
end of the watches.
Oh, I know.
So that was
Okay.
it. That's all I had for the watch.